Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hoovy186 back again with another video. I know it's been a little while. I always apologize for the long layoffs, but I have a lot of, I've been working a lot lately. I've been working, 6 days, and the day that I'm off, I normally have a lot of stuff to do, so I don't really have, a lot of time to make videos. I'll do my best. I know I keep saying it, but definitely a lot of stuff to talk about. Definitely getting closer to getting that PS4. So like there's definitely like when I feel like when I get the PS4, since I'm gonna be posting gameplay and stuff like that, which really the main reason why I started this channel, like several years ago. Definitely will be more content coming from me. So, everyone just be patient. I apologize for the lack of videos. I'll do my best to do more, like seriously. But today this video is gonna be basically just some PlayStation news talk. Andrew House had this. I think it was like an investors meeting, and he talked about a couple things that just a couple things came up in that meeting, and I wanted to address it as well. So hopefully this video is not too long. Um, well, the first thing, like, there's basically three things that he said that interested me, and I wanted to talk about it here. The first one was I think he mentioned something about wanting to make the PS4 appeal more to casuals. Now, obviously, in this community, casual casual is not a good word in this community. Um, but when you think about it, it is something that every company, every major company, I mean, basically every company in the world kind of does. Like they always try to find a way to appeal to an audience that is not that's not their core audience. Like they're always trying to find ways to appeal to that audience. So it's something that Microsoft does it, Nintendo does it. Who else does it? You think of any company in the world that's trying to sell electronics like Samsung or Apple. That's what they do. Like they're trying to appeal to an audience that is not normally their audience. So I'm fine with that as long as it's not a situation where it will come back and bite them on the ass. You look at the situation with Morpheus. You don't you if it is a success, and I have my doubts. But if Morpheus is a success, you don't want that success to happen to happen. You don't want that success to hurt what makes the PlayStation brand special. And that's the core games, and you definitely don't want that to happen. So basically they have to walk a fine line because that's kind of what got Nintendo in trouble with the Wii. Especially in the latter half of that cycle where the casual audience left and they kind of was left with the underpowered system that was garbage. So you don't want that. So that's about it. The second thing he talked about was the Vita being a legacy platform. So basically, I'm gonna make a larger video on it because like really some of my more successful videos have been about the Vita, and I still own my Vita, I still love my Vita, but this is something that was in the writing was on the wall when it came to this device, as far as really getting that first party support. You add that with the success of the PS4. It was the writing was on the wall. But again, I'll do a more thorough video on that in the future. So the last thing he talked about was the first party lineup for 2015, and this is the one that has has caused a lot of stir, especially from a particular fan base. But he talked about how the first party lineup was a little sparse, and that they were going to try to make it up with third party games and stuff like that. Now, I watched a video from this dude named Jay Barry. I thought he made a great point, and it's something I didn't realize until he said it. Now, while the first party lineup has been sparse, like the only legit first party game that's come out for the system has been MLB The Show. It's only been really MLB The Show. Could think about it like this, Ready at Dawn, who made what's that game called? The Order 1886. They're technically a second party studio. They're not owned by Sony. They just they make games. They make games for Sony, but they're not owned by them. And Bloodborne was made by I think was it is it From Software? Yeah, the same people who made yeah, I think yeah, it is the same people who made Bloodborne, who made the Dark Souls series. They made that game, but Sony's publishing it, helped publish the game. So yeah, so that's not technically a first party owned studio. So so really, yeah, that's kind of that's kind of yeah. That so I mean he is right. You know what I mean? But you have yeah, it's from software. My fault, my fault. But yeah, but he's right. You know what I mean? Like the first party line has been sparse, but you also have to take into account they have third party exclusives in the works. They have second party exclusives in the works that's come out this year, and like it is what it is. Like it's not something that I mean, I don't. I just take it as him just saying the same stuff. Like, I mean, as long as you're getting games on the platform, that's that's all that matters, and that's kind of what I think a lot of people talk about when it comes to the Wii U, is that when you have those droughts, and listen, they're going to happen. Like, like people have to understand that we're living in a time where you don't get like AAA exclusives every fucking month. Like it's just not it's not a viable um adventure for these companies. You know what I mean? You're going to have exclusive droughts, and that's fine as long as you have third party games to supplement that. That's been the whole argument against what Nintendo has done, and what Nintendo's doing. You know what I mean? They have their they have their first party games, and like the vast majority of them are very well done, very good games. Some of them are great. But when you're going months and months and months without really anything else coming from third party, it just I mean it's not good. Like at least I don't think it is. And but my that target that wasn't really like the main fan base that I just find this incredible. Their reaction to it was the Xbox fanboys. I see it all over Twitter. You see videos on it on YouTube. Them gloating about how Sony has no games and this and that, and I'm thinking to myself, that's funny because the only relevant exclusives to come out for the Xbox One so far this year has been an indie game. Like, and it's like the only real other physical media game exclusive that's come out for it was Scream Ride, and let's be fucking real, Scream Ride. But you have these guys on here talking about Sparse and making these memes, and some of those memes have been hilarious. Like, don't get me wrong, some of those memes have been funny, but I mean, I'm like, you're talking about a fan base who's cracking on another fan base for not having games while they're playing Bloodborne and they're getting ready for Until Dawn, and you're not, and and they're playing multiplayer because nothing else has come out for that system in the last like 4 or 5 months. Like, it don't make any sense. Like it's just them not realizing the hypocrisy is it's hilarious. But hey, when you're losing the console war, when you're losing an imaginary war, you got to take the victory as there is. But anyways, this will be 186. Again, I'm gonna try to make more videos. Talk to you guys later.